Alrighty guys, how's it going? Hopefully things are good for you. I feel a little better today. I've had so much going on and under a tremendous amount of stress, but I do feel a little better today, other than it feels like somebody's got a screwdriver stuffed into my right lower back where my kidney is from kidney stones, or maybe I got a kidney infection. I don't know. But for the most part, other than that, my joints aren't hurting as bad today, which is odd because it's raining, and my head's not hurting, and I don't feel like I'm going to throw up, so that's a bonus. But I did manage to come out here early this morning, and while my dad was sleeping, and crank the port work out on this thing. Pretty happy with how it turned out. That's the intake shape I chose to go with. Can't really do much with the lowers like I do on other saws with this model. I've tried that before, where I've come in and tried to blend it into the case, and there's a gasket around here, and you end up destroying the gasket where the gasket seals. There's the exhaust. I did not cut the chamber on this. I did do machine work on the bottom. There's the uppers. And the reason I did not cut the chamber, I was able to achieve the numbers that I was after with just basic machine work. And I really like the taper. I don't know what whiteboard is. Just a second, let me pause you. Maybe. I already hit the right button. Don't mind the scribbling down here. That's for another deal that's going on. A little bunch of chains that I did for a guy. So let's see. I'm not very good at this, but this is the cylinder wall, and this is going to be over dramatized or whatever, but here's the piston. This upper combustion chamber from the outside to the inside is tapered, so when it squishes it, it is taking the charge as it's coming up and quickly scooting it over all into the chamber to where I want it. So when the piston's up there, it'll be tight. Oh, not my word on it. It'll be tight here, and then the chamber or whatever in there, it'll shove it right over. And the taper on that, I still got my piece of solder that I checked it with. I'm very happy with it. The outside, it's a little tighter than I wanted. I was shooting for 20 on the outside. I ended up with 18. If I check I ended up with 18 on the very outside, closest to the cylinder wall. In the middle, I'm at 21, about 21 and a half. And then the very, very outside where it quit squishing, I am about 28 and a half. So it, what is that? 18, it was 21, 28. So I'm not sure what the degree of taper is, but I'm very, very happy with that. A lot of the times if I got to cut a chamber or whatever, it's just completely flat across. So, and if you're going flat across, I typically like to shoot for, you know, if I was doing a flat across one on this, I would probably want about a 4mm wideband. You know, how wide is this marker? It's about how wide I would want that. About 160 thou or so. if I was going to shoot for a flat band on that. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. The numbers I did on this is 104, 120, and we're at 75. And the 3-stage squish. So, very, very happy. This is a stock cylinder. I dug it out so I could show you guys without dropping these things. I wanted to see how snuffed up the stock transfers are. Mine are opened up quite a bit. I don't pull caps on these. You can see how stuffed up the uppers are. There's my uppers. Let's check the intake out. You can see how much bigger and wider my intake is versus the stock one. And you can see how small and narrow the stock exhaust port is versus mine. And I could have went wider if I was shooting for this thing as a toy saw. I could have went quite a bit wider. But the wider you go, the more the ring drops in and out. The numbers I chose for this, I wanted it to be reliable, way stronger than stock, and the gentleman wants this. He wants it to be pretty grunny like the 4910s that I build are, and these are different. I treated this thing like it's a 346, and I've put on 346s I've done. I mean, I've gotten 5.7 horse on 108 roof before, and I've gotten 6 horse on 100 roof before. But the problem I've noticed with these is the higher I go on the roof, I really got to squeeze them down harder to get my torque back, and then they still end up being pretty narrow power banded. I wanted a good broad power band in this because this guy's going to work it, and I wanted it considerably faster and stronger than stock. I think I'm going to achieve it with what I've done here. It does have the flat top piston. It does have the flat top piston. I was worried it was going to have a dished piston like this one, and if this would have had a dished piston, I would have been on the hunt for either a flat top OEM one like that, or we probably would have put a Meteor or something in it, and then I would have just sent this piston along with the saw. This is the ported cylinder. This piston goes to this one. Now, I think this is an older version of this. The combustion chamber is not as nice in this one as this one. In fact, it's got like a little flat band ring in it already, so if I was been porting this cylinder, I probably would have cut the chamber on this one. But this one, it's gorgeous. It's shaped exactly the way I want it. So we're gonna roll with it, and then being 50 cc's, that 18 thou squish out towards the end shouldn't hurt anything. If it starts building with carbon, with the taper, it should just work the carbon to the center. But if he runs a really good oil in this, I haven't had any work saw really carbon up on me. So the porting is done. I don't think I'm gonna have time today, or at least the rest of the morning, to work on assembly. So I still got to wash that up yet. I got to degrease this real good because I'm going to assemble this one with the Hylamar, and then I got to figure out the muffler rod. So, but I'm expecting very good results. Muffler mod I'm not too keen on because we got to run a spark arrestor. I'm not really a big fan of spark arresters, but where his location's at, I guess where he cuts at there, it's a requirement. So I'll see what I can do. Like I said, I'm thinking about using a Dino Joe deflector. so on and so forth. But very happy with the results on that. I tried to make it as clean as I could. I don't think I showed you the front. But I think it'll breathe good. Should have very good throttle response. Should have good pull in the cut. Yeah, so that is my video on the port work on this for right now. I gotta get around, get in there and feed Dad some breakfast. So yeah, so maybe later tonight I can get out here and put this thing together. But you guys take it easy, have a good one, and enjoy.